Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn the cutting and sewing of a palazzo pant, also known as a free pant or a wide leg pant. It is free and comfortable. So this particular pant has a waistband, and also it has a zip at the back. This tutorial is beginners friendly. It is straightforward, easy and simple. If this looks like something you're interested in, kindly watch this video to the end. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using a pattern paper. I already drafted it. I'm going to drop the link to the video in the description box. Kindly check it out. Then I also have this crepe material. You can use any fabric of your choice, and you can use any color of your choice. It is 60 inches in length, and I have about 2 yards here, depending on how wide you want it to be and how big you want it to be. So here I have the front pattern and also the back pattern. So to make the palazzo pants, we are going to be using the method of slash and spread, meaning that we are going to be cutting through this line and we're going to be opening it up, both front and back. So I'm going to start with the front pattern, and the first thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to add to the length of this trouser. This pattern, for this length, I have about 40 inches plus my folding allowance is 41 inches. This is my normal trouser length. This is my normal basic trouser length. So depending on what you want, I might decide to add 2, 3 or 4, 5 inches if I want it to be longer, to touch the ground or to touch the floor. If you want it to touch the floor very well, you can go ahead and add as many inches as possible, or you decide on the length if you just want to start drafting your own pattern. If you have an already made pattern, you can just add a piece of paper to the end, just like I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to add about 2 inches to the length of this paper. But before that, I'm going to be connecting this crease line to the dart line, because we are going to be slashing through this line up to the waist area. If you do not want a waist on your trouser, you can decide to close it up and you can decide to cut it off, or better still, you can leave it like that and stitch your dart. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to connect this is temporary. You can decide to connect it and you can decide not to connect it. So I'm going to be cutting through this line up to the waist area. Okay, so by the time I close up the dart, this will make it easier for me to spread the pattern very well. So when we get to that point, you are going to understand. You can decide to use your exact length if you don't want it to touch the ground, or if you want it to be flowy, you can add as many inches as possible. So guys, I'm done adding the length, and as you can see, this is what I have. So I added about 3 inches plus the folding allowance. Okay, so I'm going to set aside the back and we're going to start with the front pattern. So I'm going to go through this line now and I'm going to spread it out. For it to be easier for you to spread, you are going to close up this waist dart, and after closing it up, you see that the pattern will relax and you will be able to spread it as wide as possible. So while doing this, you can decide on how wide you want it to be. If you want it to be very wide, if you want it to be a little bit, you can even decide on the measurement you want to use in between this pattern. But if you do not close this dart, it will not be easier for you to spread very well. Or better still, you can cut off the dart. But if you want to use the pattern later, you can just close the dart step. Now after that, you are going to fold your fabric into 2, just like you see me doing, and you're going to place the pattern on it like so. Then the space in between each pattern, you are going to decide on it. Depending on how much more fabric you have will determine how wide you want. So if you have 2 yards of fabric, you might want to just use a minimal measurement. But if you have enough, you can decide to make it as big as possible. So for this one, I'm just going to be having 6 inches in between these 2 paper. You can also decide on the measurement you want for the hem of the trouser. Okay, so you can decide that you want it to be 15 inches wide, 12 inches wide, and so on like that. Remember, this depends on the fabric you have. The quantity of your fabric will determine how wide you are going to spread it. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to be using about 12 to 13 inches altogether. So after which you are done with this, then you can now cut out your pattern. But before that, you need to add your stitch allowance to the crotch area. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure here, and I have 13 inches altogether. So for the front, I'm going to be having 13 inches. Then by the side, I'm going to cut it out, but I'm going to add about ½ inch allowance, and I'm going to blend it into the knee area. Okay, then the crotch area here as well, you're going to add 0.5 for the sewing allowance, because if you did not add 0.5, you're going to be taking away from the original measurement. Okay, so then also on this inner leg, you're going to add your 0.5 just for the stitching allowance, and you can decide not to add it since you already open up the center here, so you already had enough around that part. But the crotch area and the waist area, you needed to add to it, especially if you want to have a zipper by the side. And for the waist area, you can decide to cut out your waistband from the pattern. Then you are going to draw it out. If you want to cut out your waistband from this pattern, You can just cut off this one and use it to create a band. You attach it back, or better still, you can just cut another band and attach it to the trouser just to make it high a little bit. Okay, so for me, I'm going to be adding extra band because I want the waist to be high a bit. Okay, so after this now, I'm going to just add ½ inch to the crotch, to the waist area, and I'm going to cut it out. Then on the hemline, I'm just going to connect with a chalk like so, just to avoid me having a bent line. Then I'm going to cut it out. So I have several videos on how to draft, cut and sew different type of trouser: a short trouser, a side pocket, a waistband, a cargo pants pocket, and so much more. I'm going to be linking all the videos in the description. Kindly check it out. And I also have an online pattern drafting masterclass with over 50 videos for you to learn how to draft patterns, different method of drafting patterns, basic bodies to dress to trouser, different method of drafting a basic trouser. It's an online class you can learn virtually at your own convenience. Okay, so you can send a WhatsApp message to the number on your screen, or drop a comment under this video if you're interested in the tutorial, and I'm going to guide you on how to get started. Now for the back pattern, we are also going to do the same thing for the back pattern. And so I already draw a line at the middle of the back pattern, and I'm going to be slashing through that part. So guys, I'm done slashing and I've folded my fabric into two. Then I'm going to I placed the pattern on it. So one thing about the hem of this back pattern is that whatever measurement you use for the front is what you are going to use at the back as well. I hope you get that right. Whatever measurement you use in between these two pieces of paper here, 6.5 inches, that's what I have there. That same measurement is what you are going to use for the back as well. So yours might not be 6.5, sorry. Yours can be more or less than that. Okay, so but mine is 6.5, so I'm going to make sure that the back too I use 6.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to spread it and I'm going to pin it down. Then I'm going to cut it out, adding 0.5 allowance to the parts that I had allowance to at the front body. So if you want to add a waistband for the back pattern like the way I marked for the front, you are also going to mark it for the back pattern like as well. But this one, remember I said I'm going to be adding additional waistband because I wanted to get to my navel. So guys, I'm done cutting and this is what the back looks like. So then this is the front body. So both the front and the back, as you can see, it's simple and easier. As long as you have your basic trouser pattern, there is nothing you cannot do with it. So now I'm going to separate the pattern from the fabrics and we are going to start the sewing. Make sure you indicate the front and back on your fabric if it looks the same, especially for this one. So we're going to start by joining one piece of the front and one part of the front and one part of the back. We're going to join it together. So you are going to pick one of the front bodies. We're going to place it on the back bodies, right side facing each other. This is the back bodies and this is the front. Here is the front. We're going to place it on each other like so, starting aligning the waist and aligning the hem. You make sure that it aligns very well. You can secure it with a pin. Okay, secure it with a pin so that it's aligned very well. Then you are going to stitch using the 0.5 inches that you added earlier. This is why it is important for you to add 0.5. So I'm going to pin this together. Then I'm going to so I'm going to go ahead and stitch this side using 0.5 sewing allowance. So guys, I'm done and this is what it looks like. And also for the other side, I already joined the other side as well. So as you can see, this is what you are going to have. This is what it should look like. Then the next thing is to join the crotch. So to join the crotch, you're going to start by joining the front crotch. You're going to place the two front crotch on each other like so. Okay, after that you're going to pin it. They are going to pin it in place. Make sure you align it very well, pin it in place. Then you are going to join it using the 0.5 inch allowance you added earlier. If you do not add the 0.5, you'll be taking away from your original measurement. So that is why you should add 0.5 inches to the fabric before cutting, except if you have the 0.5 inches allowance on your pattern paper before. But because there's no allowance on the pattern paper, that is why we needed to add it on the fabric. I'm going to go ahead to my sewing machine and join this part together. Just the crotch alone. Do not join the inner leg. Do not tamper with the waist yet. Okay, so just the front alone. Another thing is, as you can see, there's no dart on this waistline. This is because I already closed the dart on the pattern. But if you want a visible dart, you can just go ahead and pick up the fabric and stitch your dart. So I'm going to go ahead and join this part. Then we're going to come back. Do not join this inner leg, just the crotch part alone. So guys, I'm done doing that. As you can see, the inner leg is open. Now for the back, we're going to go ahead and join the back crotch as well. But But before we do that, you align the fabric, both the front and the back. You align it on the waist area. Then you are going to take your waist circumference measurements divided by 2 on the waist of the pants. So whatever you have left is what you're going to stitch. Never mind, you might have exactly your waist measurement, but after your waist measurement you should have allowances that you are going to use, your sewing allowance. Okay, so my waist is 28, so that is 14 inches, and I have about 15.5 inches here, so that is I have 1.5 inches left. So whatever you have on your waistline, just make sure you stitch exactly on your waist measurement divided by 2. I hope you get my explanation. To stitch, you are going to blend it back to the crotch area, 0.5 inches. So from this area you start from 0.5, then you blend it back to where you have your exact waist circumference measurement. So if you have exactly your waist circumference measurement without sewing allowance, definitely something is wrong with either your pattern, or when you are cutting the fabric you do not have your sewing allowances. I just hope you understand my explanation. So just like I'm doing here, I'm trying to blend the allowances together. So I have 1.5 on the waist area, then when I'm going towards the crotch part I blend it back to 0.5. okay, so secure it with a pin and you're going to stitch it. So if you want to have a zipper at the back, you can use a temporal stitch, that's your running stitches, so that by the time you're ready to fix your zipper you loosen it up and you fix the zip. Okay, after sewing the crotch you're going to pick it up like so, and your trouser is coming in place. As you can see, the trouser is already formed. Yes, the pant is already formed. So what you're going to do next now is to stitch the inner leg. Okay, inner leg or inner seam is the same thing, but before you start you're going to align the crotch together like so. You place it on each other. As you can see what I'm doing, secure it with a pin. All right, I'm going to align the hem as well. As you can see the way I'm doing, then you're going to stitch it from one hem around back to the other hem. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So then this is your waist area and this is the inner leg. So guys, I'm done sewing and this is what it looks like. I'm going to turn it to the right side. The next thing we're going to do now is to attach the waistband and finish up the hem, then fix the zipper. So on this waistband you're going to, okay, so then you're going to loosen up this back to fix your zipper. You can have your zipper by the side, you can have it at the front. I also have a video on how to fix a front zip, so please check the description for all this link. So for you to create the waistband, if you want your waistband to get it to your zipper allowance, you start the measurement from the zipper allowance area from one end to the other. You measure around, and the measurement you have there is what you are going to use to create your waistband. But if you do not want it to get into your waistband, if you want it to just overlap, you had the overlapping allowance and so on like that. If you do not want it to get to your zipper allowance, you will not measure the zipper allowance when you are taking the measurements. Okay, so either ways you choose how you want it, but this one we are just going to be doing the basic method. Remember I said it's like a beginner's method. Okay, so now we're going to draft the waistband before cutting and attaching to the pants. Now to cut the waistband, now you're going to need a piece of paper like so. You draw a starting line like so, and this is going to be the waist area. Okay, then after that I'm going to draw a straight line. That's going to be like a starting point for me because I need to start my measurement on a straight line. Then you're going to measure half of your waist circumference or half of whatever you measure on your trouser band. This method also applies to skirts. If you want to cut a band for skirts, this method also applies. Okay, so I have 14 inches, so I measure 14 inches. After that you're going to take the band height, how high you want the band to be. So I want to use 2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and measure 2 inches from one end to the other. Then I'm going to connect all the points together like so. Okay, I'm going to draw this line here. That is how high the band is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and measure the 14 inches again, as you can see. Then I'm going to connect again with a straight line. So this part is going to be the back and the other side is going to be the front. So on this other side here, I'm going to go ahead and measure the zipper allowance. Zipper allowance is 1.5, so I go ahead and measure the zipper allowance. Then you indicate on the pattern zipper allowance. Okay, so the part that has zipper allowance is automatically the back. After that you find the midpoint of this your 14 inches if you are using 14 inches as well. So mine is 7 inches. So one side is for the front, the other side is for the back. So from this waist area line you come up by half an inch. This is because our tummy area is not straight. When you are drafting your basic trouser pattern, you remember that you also went down by half an inch from the front pattern. If you watch the video, you're going to understand what I meant. Then you're going to connect with a curve ruler. From that point, from that your new line, you're going to measure that your 2 inches again. Then you're going to connect back to the initial line like so. This is to replace the ½ inch we measured earlier. As you can see, it no longer looks straight. So the next thing is to shape the band at the top part for the band to lay flat on our tummy. So you go in by ½ inch again and you connect it back. As you can see, the shape is no longer straight. It's giving an actual curvy shape. Okay, so it's going to be cut on fold and the back is going to be open. If you want to have your zipper at the front, you're going to use the same method, but you're not going to cut it on fold. You're going to be cutting 2. The back is going to be on fold, the front is not going to be on fold because your zip is at the front. So after this, you're going to go ahead and add 0.5 sewing allowances. You can add it on the fabric, you can add it on the pattern paper. I suggest you add on the pattern paper. It makes it more easier when you want to cut, especially when you're dealing with fabrics that are kind of difficult to handle. And as a beginner, it is advisable you just add your allowance on your pattern paper. So there's no need of adding allowances to the center front since it's going to be cut on fold. After this, I'm just going to cut out the pattern. So now, to cut out the fabric, do not make the mistake of folding your fabric like this. No, this is not the right way to fold it, because we needed the front to be on fold. Do not fold it like this. Instead of that, you fold it this way, okay, so that you have a folded edge. We needed a folded edge for the center front. After that, you place your pattern on it like so. Okay, so when you're pasting the pattern, it will look inverted. It will not stand straight. If your pattern stands straight, it will not be correct. As you can see, it does not look straight. It has to be like inverted. So after that, I'm going to pin it down. So after this, you're just going to cut it out. There will be no need for you to add any allowance again. So just place it on it like so. You cut it out. So when you want to cut it this way, you are cutting 2. So after cutting the first one, I'm going to cut another one because we needed 2. Yes, you are going to be needing 2 pieces. You can see it looks curvy. It does not look straight. So after this, you're going to have the fusible interfacing to the wrong side of the fabric. That is your ST, also known as BFF or cutting ST, anyone. So after this, now you're going to place the 2 bands on each other like this, right side facing each other. Then you're going to stitch on the upper part, the part that lays or rests on our tummy. The part that you're going to be attaching to the band is not where you're going to stitch. That one is going to be open. It's just the upper area that you're going to stitch using that 0.5 in it, using the 0.5 inch allowance you added on the pattern to stitch it together. After sewing, I open press the seam, and this is what it looks like. So pressing your band also add to the outcome of the waistband. Okay, and when you are stitching, please place and when you are sewing the band together, I would advise you just place a piece of hemming gum in between your stitching so that it will be easier when you are pressing it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is just to attach the band to the waist of the pants. Okay, so for you to do this, you're going to start from the wrong side. You're going to be placing one side of the band on the wrong side of the trouser. You find the midpoint of your waistband and place it on the center front, that crotch line area at the front. You place it there. You start, you know that the band is 2 pieces, so you're going to pick one side, right side facing the wrong side of the band waist. Okay, you pin it down and you stitch it from one end to the other with 0.5 stitching allowance. Once you are done with that, you flip it back, you flip the other band, you flip the other side of the band back, and you finish up the sewing on the right side of the trouser. So guys, I'm done doing the first sewing. This is what it looks like. So here is the wrong side. As you can see, I hope you can see, this is the wrong side. I have stitched one side of the band. Do you see? This is the other side. I'm now going to flip it to the right side of the trouser like so. I'm going to fold in the ½ inch allowance like so. I hope you see that. Then I'm going to stitch it from one, then I'm going to sew it from one end to the other. So this is the right hand side, you see. So this is the right side of the trouser. So I'm going to sew it from one side to the other, and I'm going to fix a zipper to the back. I'm sure we know how to fix a zipper, but if you don't know how to fix a zipper, let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. If you have any video requests, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question or video request, let me know in the comment section. Until we meet again in my next tutorial, bye bye and take care of yourself.